Hey guys, this is Tyger here, and I'm going to be doing a review of the Stampede 4x4 VXL. I'm going to start from the front to the rear and give you just a review of every single component. Okay, I'm going to start in the front. I purchased a larger front bumper. This is off of the Slash 4x4. It fits onto the Stampede 4x4. This is the old front bumper. As you can see, it's a lot smaller, and it doesn't give you much protection from trees or branches that you might run into. And I also purchased Proline Power Stroke shocks. These are wonderful, awesome shocks. They're two-stage with adjustable things up top. They have titanium nitride coated shock shafts, titanium springs, titanium shock caps, titanium shafts, everything basically is titanium. I got these because the Traxxas Ultra Shocks that come on this, well, they suck. They really do. They're not that great. They are very soft and they break. The shock shafts, I've had those bend. Friends of mine, D-Dawg and T-Maw, they've bent them a lot. And that's the new bumper, the shocks, and here are your sealed diffs. I am running 2.8-inch trenchers from Proline on here. This is the S2 compound. They're fairly soft, but you get a lot of good grip. I'm running 2.8-inch Desperado black wheels, and I have just the Traxxas aluminum wheel nuts in there, if you can see those right there. Yep. Proline, made in the USA. Good company. You guys can check them out. They make my shocks. And go into here. I also bought the Traxxas TRX aluminum Slash 4x4 and Stampede 4x4 caster blocks and the steering knuckles. If you're going to buy the caster blocks, you might as well buy the steering knuckles. The steering knuckles are down in there because they're basically a combo. If you didn't have one, the other would break, so you have to buy both of them. Okay, I'm gonna work my way down. To take off the front end, it's pretty easy. It's just these two screws up here, these screws down in there, and in there. And you can, and I think there's, and you have to also use, oh, here's a shot of my bumper and stuff. I have RPM upgraded A-arms. Those will break when you have them. Cool thing about the Stampede 4x4 are these really big shock guards. As you can see, they've guarded a lot of rocks, branches, and stuff. And when you have expensive shocks, like the Prolines, you're going to want to protect them. And I didn't mention the price of these. They're, for the front, they're about $50, and for the rear, they're about $50, and you want to protect them. These are the front bulkheads, and to take off the front, you need to take off this screw, and it pops off the servo. This uses bell cranks to turn the wheels. See right there. This is the 20-step-75 Traxxas waterproof servo. It gives you about 125 ounces of torque to turn those really big tires. Sometimes it's well enough, but if you're in deep mud or sand, sometimes it seems a bit weak. The gears inside of this servo, they're plastic, so they will break, and mine have broken, and you have to buy new ones. Anyways, in here, this is the TQI receiver box, and you just turn it on. This light will go red, and you switch on your transmitter, and you can go ahead and drive it. I have all of my telemetry sensors on this right now. You can get fully telemetry working on this model for about $150. You have to buy the docking base and all the sensors and stuff. It's annoying, but and then you plug in your iPod to that, or iPod or iPhone. Yep, I got the caster blocks up front and in there too. And then I'm gonna go to the next thing. This is the Valenium VXL 3S waterproof easy set ESC. These use 12 gauge waterproof like motor lines, I guess you could call them, because they go to the motor, gives you the power. This whole car is waterproof. We have mud videos and stuff that you've seen on our channel. Definitely really big. And in here you have your antenna. It's just a little stubby thing, which is better from the long antennas on the later versions. And given the fact that almost every part on the Slash 4x4 will fit onto this car, I mean almost every part, like down to gears, stuff like that. This is basically the middle between a Stampede 2-wheel drive, which D-Dawg and T-Maw have, and the Slash 4x4, which I think his name's Foman, I guess they call him, yeah. Foman has the Slash 2-wheel drive, but which is different from the Slash 4-wheel drive, but all of his parts will basically fit on mine, so if his parts break, I can share mine. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And let's go back to the car, and this is the Valenium VXL motor. This thing can run up to 3S LiPo, by the way, and it's a really nice motor. I bought the Traxxas clear gear cover. This is normally black. I don't know if I have it. Yeah, see over there, that little black piece. Yeah, that used to be black, but now it's clear, so you can see all the gears moving. See what I mean? It's pretty cool. And flip it over on the other side, and you can see from the back. This is the battery tray. You can fit up to, I think, like a 10,000 milliamp 2S LiPo made by Traxxas, and a 6,400 milliamp hour 3-cell LiPo, which I'm hoping to get. I have the stock battery that came with it, the Traxxas 4,000 milliamp 2-cell. The paper on the front came off, but the coating of the battery is still on there, but the paper came off. That's not a big deal. It's just because when you go in the mud and it is wet and then it dries, and it's wet and then it dries, the adhesive tears off. You can just wrap that in electrical tape. Don't do duct tape, because it'll overheat your battery if it ever starts to get hot. Which LiPos don't really get hot, but they will eventually. And I have the aluminum motor mount in there to keep my motor secure. This right here is an RPM sensor going down into the gears. This is a temperature sensor on my motor. And everything goes into this box right there. Goes into there. And I have a power tap connector on my plug-in to my battery, and it works pretty good. And then I have everything just zip tied up so I can get all of my telemetry going. And anyways, on the rear I have the same Proline 2.8 trenchers on Desperado wheels on the rear, and then I have the rear Proline shocks right there. Can I get it to focus? Right there. Sorry about the dirt on my car, it's kind of dirty. And I forgot to mention, I have MIP X Duty rear CVDs, because, okay, I don't have to say this, but mostly all the parts that you get stock, not great. I've probably replaced almost everything in this car because they either break or shatter or fracture. I've had a lot of things go wrong with this car, but overall it's an awesome car, I think. This is my first RC hobby car. I've had a lot of smaller, almost toy grade, but not like 5-year-old kind of $10 Walmart stuff. But this is my first hobby class RC that I have right now. And oh yeah, I also have the MIP front CVDs and the adjustable wheelie bar right there. You can adjust that for higher wheelies, which this thing does wheelies on command. Right there, you can see the underbelly right there. Let me give you a quick run through that. Okay.